So we think of your loads as being managed in two separate compartments, right? In this chart, one of them being the heat exchange that's happening inside of the facility, and then one of them being the size of the compressor that's needed. And so when I change my target parameters, I'm not changing my direct load as much as I am changing the capacity of the equipment in the room to handle or to manage that load, right? And so just for reference here, when we ran all of these, look at, if you notice this, the vapor pressure deficit on all of these parameters is essentially the same, right? But the dew point temperature changes dramatically from 70 degrees Fahrenheit and 47% relative humidity to 82 degrees and 64% relative humidity. What that means is at 70 degrees and 40% RH, the performance of my equipment is dramatically lower than it is at the reference condition. Meaning that my air handling equipment, and again, this is a wide range, and it's just another, everything being relative, it's just another example of how dramatically different HVAC systems are from system to system and from condition to condition. But just going from 75 degrees and 55% relative humidity to 70 degrees and 47% with the same watering rate, I might have to triple or double the amount of heat exchange equipment that's present in the space to achieve that parameter, even though the load, the amount of water I've got to remove and the amount of BTUs I've got to remove from the space are the same. And then conversely, if I go, up to 82 degrees and 64% relative humidity, I might be able to reduce the amount of heat exchange equipment I have in the space by as much as 50%, depending on the equipment that I'm selecting. Then we look at the compressors outside. The change there isn't as dramatic as the change in the air handling requirements, because the load itself isn't changing dramatically. It's changing less dramatically than the performance degradation that I have, right? If I have a type of system where I can decouple my air handling equipment from my compressors, chilled water, usually you can do that. I may be able to still achieve these lower parameters if I just absolutely have to have them without quite as much cost impact. But it's not just the cost of the system, it's also the amount of energy that I'm using. And if you see this, if I have 90% more air handling, that means 90% more fan energy associated with that, right? And 90% more cost associated with buying that equipment. So that means that my energy bill is substantially higher to meet these lower parameters, even if my load hasn't changed dramatically.